Dr. Patel, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Good afternoon. Hope you have an awesome day.
Yeah, it's been good.
So I wanted to talk to you about BioWell. We have
Yeah.
we've come a long way. We've created this really powerful software for research, and this is something that I feel like you guys can really benefit from this and the events that you guys do. And I would love to be a part of if there's a possibility. We had this conversation at the biohacking in Dallas that we can sign a waiver. We can do anything that you guys want, that all the data belongs to you guys. We just want to be part of the party. We just want to have fun. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
if have you worked with the BioWell? Do you know what the BioWell is about?
I have. I know nothing about it, so
You
if
know
you could
nothing
kind of
about
get
it.
started.
Perfect. Okay. So let me share my screen. I'm gonna show you a 5 minute video about the. Well, let me ask you this:
Sure.
do you know the science of Kirlian photography?
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay. So let me go ahead and share. Let me bring this video up real quick, and then I'll share that with you. So I'm just gonna like catch up on the science behind it. And I can just tell you about it too instead of doing that. So this science came around in the
Sure.
1930s in Russia that there was a couple that were electrician and they would go to hospitals and they would work with hospital equipments and they would fix their electricians. So one day on accident they put one of their tools on one of these devices that they were working with them and they saw this light that appeared around their pliers. So then they thought this was really cool. They wanted to investigate to see, how can they recreate the same scenario. And they realized that if they take a plate, they charge it with they connect it to a positive and a negative charge. And if they put in a high electrical impulse generator like underneath the plate, then any object that they put on the plate and apply a very small electrical impulse to it, then that object starts to have this glow around it, or we call it the gas discharge visualization. So now this was
Yeah.
something really cool that there was a lot of people that bought these Kirlian photography cameras, and they would take pictures of, for example, like a coin or like a half an apple or organic food or organic fruits versus conventional fruits. And they would look at the energy patterns, and like for example, we can see like amazing patterns on organic fruits or food that there's a lot more energy, there's a lot more light that's getting released from the system once we're exciting it. But then
Okay.
in fruits that are like conventional and they're not organic, then we see just a little bit of a light that's emitted from them.
Yeah.
So this became really interesting when people started to take actually pictures of their fingertips, and they realized that people that are healthy, that they have this flow of energy that shows up around their appendages without any interruption. It's just a very beautiful flow. But people that were diagnosed with different types of illnesses, when they would take these scans, then they would have like energy missing in different like sections of different fingers. So this became really fascinating. And Dr. Konstantin Korotkov in Russia, he wanted to investigate this. And they took a medical team for 25 years. And they created a global database of exactly what are these photon emissions that are happening in different fingers and what is their correlation to health and wellness of the people that they already, they had the diagnosis of them. So now they created this global database. Now we have this is a BioWell system here. Excuse me. It's just a camera that we connected to our laptop, and there's a software, and we put the tip of the 10 fingers in there. We send a very small electrical impulse. We're drawing information out of the meridian pathways and the acupuncture points. So then it gives you like a picture like that's behind me. This is the picture of the biofield. So that's the
Mhm.
as the energy is moving through the system, then we get these emanations of light, this release of light. And the areas that are functional, that are healthy, we can see that is very coherent and energy is just perfectly going around the system. But then if they have issues or there's a lot of overactivity, then we see like how, some in some areas like where can I point there? Like up here, you can see there's a little bit of a
Yeah.
shootout that's happening there. So then we can investigate these, and this information is it shifts in real time. So, if somebody meditates, for example, we can see like, big shootouts in their energy or their energy centers. But right after meditation, we can scan them and then see exactly
Mhm.
like how their chakras aligned and how the energy moved in the system. So that's how we educate people. Like, they can do a scan and then we can pay attention to, okay, let me share my screen so I can show you the software real quick. So after we scan the 10 fingers, this is the biofield that gets generated here. Okay. So now if I compare this biofield, let me clear these guys out real quick. We're just doing a research here. So if I compare this person's biofield to our calibration biofield, which is the most optimal flow that you can have, this is how we can show okay, this is like an ideal biofield in a person. And this is when we have these energetic blockages and the shootouts and the disruptions in the field. So now we do this like for before after visualization of meditation of Dr. Joe actually used, I don't know, I think he still does, but to my understanding, he uses BioWell in his events to actually show them the before and after, and then they would give him the music file because the system now, based on the scan in the chakra tab, it generates a custom meditation. There's an AI in the software that looks at the alignments and creates the counter frequencies to those frequencies to be able to bring these people more back into that shift.
Wow.
So like this would be amazing to and I know Dr. Joe has done this in the past, but I know the people that were involved and they're like, we are like the top researchers. I'm the top researcher at BioWell. So I organize all the research there. And now this is the BioWell system, but now it takes us a little bit of a time. For example, before and after meditation, if I want to compare these two scans and want to go through every single field to see, okay, how did the energy in liver, kidneys, pituitary, pineal, like how did everything fluctuate? It takes a little bit of a time to spend here and to want to do that. So my goal is,
what does this take to do?
The scan is under a minute. It's very quick.
Okay.
But to go through the scan and actually like analyze it to see what changed, that takes like half an hour to an hour to want to really do that. So for me, like I don't have that time. Like we do events, like at the biohacking event we were there, like we scan over 300 people there. So like then we have to sit there, have conversations with them to show them like what happened. Like it's almost impossible to do it this way. So that's why I created this system now. And I'm a software engineer myself, by the way, and I'm finishing my PhD in natural medicine. So, I have a very good understanding of how to work with these systems. So the system that we've created here, we can take, I gotta reset this real quick. Okay, so I can come in here. Let's say this is before and after a meditation of this person. I can go to compare. This system is already connected to the BioWell through the API connection that we've created, automatically draws the information immediately in here. So now I can just click on the before scan. I can click on the after scan. Immediately, it's going to match all the different values here for me and gives me the values. Now, instead of going through all of that, I can just come in here and drop this down and tell me that only show me the energy improvements. I can click there. Now I have only the systems that improved. So that quickly, I can see that before and after these systems were improved. If I want to see what didn't improve, I can just say what didn't improve and quickly update the list with what didn't improve. And then from here now, we're creating a whole research section into the software that, let's say we have 1,000 people that come to do a meditation session, right? That if you do a before and after of 1,000 people, and then we come in here and we say, okay, what energy is improved? And then we can create a research, for example, Dr. Joe's this event. And then I can come in here, drop down, choose that research, and there'll be a button here that add these improvements to research. So now once we do this 1,000 times and we keep on adding all this information to that research section for that event, then we're going to see exactly what system as a whole for everybody was getting improved. Now we know exactly what systems to detail that the meditations are influencing on an energetic level.
Yeah, it's interesting. We'd have to involve Joe in the discussions. He likes to meet with companies,
of course,
see what the tech is before they'll do anything at an event or before we'll launch anything. So that may be the the next step is to get you into one of the business meetings with him to just talk about the device and what he thinks. So I can mention it to him. Can you send me some information on BioWell? He may already, like you said, he
He
may
is
know about
friends.
your.
He is dear friends with Dr. Krotkov, the inventor of BioWell.
Okay.
So he knows he has videos that he introduces the BioWell. He introduces Dr. Krotkov on Gaia TV. In his
Okay.
Blessing of the Energy Centers, he actually introduces the BioWell in his episode 13 and
Okay.
talks about
Yeah,
Krotkov.
send me the info and then I'll pass it to him and we'll put it on the next business meeting. We'll discuss it and then if they're interested, then we'll create the next set of invitations and have you present at the meeting
That'd
and
be
the
awesome.
design.
Yeah, I would love that.
We're going to be in Nashville in September, Orlando in October, and then Cancun in December
Okay, I
for
live in
research.
Orlando, so if you guys come in October, I'll be more than happy to
Okay.
help in any
Yeah,
way.
no, so that'd be great.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you so much. I just wanted to
Yeah.
show this to you and be able to convey the message so that we can use this awesome
Yeah.
system.
So I guess what's in terms of the system, they seem like they're pretty mobile, right? You can have
Yeah,
multiple systems going at one time.
and I have over 1,500 practitioners in the United States that have this technology. I have personally educated them that they are my certified practitioners. So
Yeah.
at any event, I can bring a whole line of researchers that know exactly how to use this technology because there is a level of education that's required for us to be able to get repeatable, reproducible data. That's why I only work with my certified practitioners.
Yeah. No, it'd be cool. Let's keep the conversation going and I'll mention this to Joe and see where we can get to.
Appreciate you. And I would love to invite you to speak at one of our events. We have our own BioWell events. All of our practitioners love Dr. Joe and they come to his events. So
Yeah.
it would be
No, let me
awesome.
know.
Okay, that'd
Yeah,
be awesome.
perfect.
Appreciate it,
All right,
Dr.
good. Let's
Patel.
plan. Let's hopefully get something going very soon, so then we can see if we can do something in Orlando when we're there in October.
Do you do you know the dates in October?
Let me look. So it would be October 19th through the 27th.
Okay, that should be perfect. Yeah, I'm invited to a Biomed Expo in Vegas, but I would much rather do the research here. I can send my team to go there.
Yeah, I mean, if our team is pretty good as well, so if we can train on the system, we could, capture the data if Joe agrees to do it ourselves, and then share the files and help us with the analysis kind of stuff. So it should be easy to do.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, I can. The only thing is I need to make sure that the way that they do the scans is done the right way because that is the most important part of this whole system. Because if they
Right.
don't do the scans right, then we can't really make sense of the data.
Yeah.
So
No,
I
I
would love
agree.
to be like initially a part of that to make sure everything is done right. And then from there, yeah, we can definitely grow to however you
Yeah.
guys like it.
No, it sounds good. Yes, send me the stuff. I think we have a business meeting scheduled soon, so I'll bring this up at the next meeting,
Okay.
and then we'll see what the interest level is. Yeah, I
I
think
love it.
we're
I really
meeting.
appreciate you. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
yeah, sharing.
Yeah, so we're meeting on the 21st of August. So if you can send me something before then, I'll mention it to Joe.
Absolutely. Yes. I'll put something together and send it to you within the next few days.
Perfect. All right. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, Dr. Patel. Have an awesome time. Blessings.
Bye.
All right. Bye.